Are you planning a destination wedding? If you are, then you're in the right place. This is Kim from DIY Dream Weddings UK. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm going to be creating this lovely pop-up wedding bouquet, okay, which you can actually fold right down into your suitcase. Okay, this is just a prototype. This is a prototype. Let me just explain that I did do a live yesterday, and in that live I originally created this prototype, okay, which you can see has got a lot more to it, right? Okay, then when I came off the live, I realized that this could actually change quite a bit. So we would put our flowers on here, and behind here would be our handle, okay, and it all just folds down like this, okay. But I've decided that we don't need all that bulk, and that all we really need is this, okay. And this is the front of your bouquet, and you can just put your hand in here and hold on to it like this. So you just need to have it measured to your hands span, really, so that this doesn't move about, okay. So this is what we're going to be creating in this video, but you're welcome to have a look back at the live, and you might want to construct it in a different way. Perhaps you might want to go over the measurements and work out what else you'd like to do with this, okay. But this is the one we're creating in this video. Okay then, so let's get on. Okay, to start with, you'll need a piece of A3 card, and I'm using 300 GSM because it's nice and sturdy, okay. So you want a circle. My circle is 20 centimeters in diameter, but yours can be any size you like, really, depending on obviously your hand, how your hand's going to fit into the handle at the back, okay. But these measurements are to my hand, and my hand's quite small, just to let you know that, okay. Okay, so you need a piece of card 27 centimeters long by 10 centimeters wide, okay. And what you want to do is you want to take your score board or your pencil or ruler and score 1 centimeter, 3 centimeters, 10 centimeters, and 3 centimeters, okay. Okay, then all you need to do is just fold along your score lines, okay. Fold all that inwards like that. So what we want to do is just glue, put some glue on your tab, okay. Just glue this, so that's there, so that, then you know that's going to bend like that, okay. Okay, so I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a piece of felt to cover this, and I'm hoping that it will actually be okay, it won't be too bulky. I was going to use some metallic card, but I just thought let's try some felt. So I'm going to cut this off here. Okay, so I've decided to go a little bit further outside my circle because I want to put another piece of foam on top on the other side. I might want to put another piece of foam on the other side. So I'm going to just cut around that. So we want to have that a little bit further out, just so I've got a little bit of leeway as to stick another piece of foam on the other side if I need to, okay. Okay, so then your circle will come out to about here. And what I thought was we'd cut another one the same. So then what you've got is 2 circles. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to bring this up to the edge of my felt, okay. And I'm going to cheat, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw around this. I'm going to bring that out a little bit further than what I want it, okay. And then I'm going to cut that out, okay. So then what I'm going to do is stick that on and trim that down. But first of all, I want to do some pieces for the sides. So I'm going to do the same with those. So I'm going to bring that right up to the straight edge. And I'm going to just draw around bring that right out like that. Okay, draw around that, and then we're going to cut that piece out as well. And we need 2 pieces the same, so then you've got 2 pieces. Okay, I could tell you the measurements of these in case you need to know. So I've done this one at 10.5 by 4. So I've done 2 10.5 by 4 strips, 10.6 centimetre square, or 11 by 11. Okay, but you don't have to have it exactly the same, you just need to take it out a little bit. Then what we want to do is cover this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to stick this on, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut like that, and that's this piece here, and then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to stick it so it kind of comes out a little bit there so that you can't see the edge of that. So I'm going to just stick that on. Okay, so that when you put that down there like that, that's nice and neat like that. Okay, then I'm going to do the other side. Okay, then what I'm going to do is just stick this circle onto my felt. Okay, just so that you've got this outside piece, because we're going to just stick that together. Okay, and then stick this piece on top. Just making sure that's all glued down there, and when that's dry you can trim that off. And that way you can't see any of that cardboard. That's the idea, that you can't see any of that cardboard around the edge. So then what you want to do is stick this on to whichever side of your circle you want to stick that onto. Okay, so I'm going to put my hand in here. So we're going to do it this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring my ruler just there so I know where I want to stick that. Okay, and then that's stuck on there. And if you want to, you could also actually you might want to cover the inside as well, but that's what I've done with that. So there we are. So that is your, and that actually does fold down like that, and that's the idea, is that we can have this folding right down here. Okay, so the next bit I'll do, I'm going to be doing some decorating. Hi everybody, I've decided that for the next part of this video I'm just going to go with a flow, so the next part of the video isn't going to be edited, so I hope you don't mind that. I just really felt like just going with the flow, and this will be the decorating part. Okay, so here we go. Hi there. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to decorate some of this. So next we're going to decorate, and you can see these are quite simple decorations. You could even do a pop-up on the top here, which I could show you later on, maybe in the next video, but I'm just going to show you some simple things. And these, I actually did use some of these in the butterfly bouquet, like the butterflies. These are good because you can kind of layer them up, and then you can still push the bouquet down. So I'm just trying to keep this simple for now because it's the first time I've done this particular design. Okay, so you've got your, I'm doing felt and I'm doing craft foam. Okay, and I thought it would be nice to also have different colours in this one, as you can see. And I'm thinking perhaps what we can also do for this flower here is we could put some petals perhaps in between. So I thought I might do that with you. I've got a lot of bright colours here, and I'm just going to go with it. Look at this. This is so bright, and I'm sorry if it puts you off, but so what I'm going to do is just cut some, I'm going to cut some petals out freehand, normally I draw them and I make templates for them, but I'm just thinking let's just do this and see what it looks like. So I might just, I'm just thinking how it would look if we layered this up, okay, onto this lovely yellow. This is, I love these bright colours. You might not like bright colours, you can basically do what you want with this. Okay, so I'm going to just do some funky colours on this, okay, and I'm just going to let this is me as a natural creator, okay. I'm just going to let this flow how it's going to flow. So we could do it, we could have these petals like this, or we could have them behind. So we'll see how they look like this. So I'm just, what I'm doing is I'm just cutting these out just like this, but you can actually draw, if you're not confident, sometimes I'm not confident, you can actually draw these out into a template. Okay, so this is my authentic video to show you. So just cutting these out, and if these aren't the right size or shape, I'll just do them again, so that you've got this lovely, so if you cut them out beside one another like this, then you can see how big you want those to be as well. So that's how I measure my petals. But I think if you do the petals separate, I think it makes it look more layered. So we're going for the layered effect, because it's the simplest way of doing your bouquet on this pop-up bouquet. But there are other ways that I can think of in my mind that would be slightly more complex than this. So if you want to see those ideas, let me know. And actually I will be probably be doing some of those in this pop-up playlist. Okay, so yeah, this isn't Christmas. You can see this isn't Christmas. These aren't Christmas colours. These are, well, some people might think this looks okay, I use the word tacky, but I like bright colours, but some people think they're tacky, but I don't. So there we are. There it is. There's that horrible word tacky, and somebody actually described my bouquets as cheap once. So whatever, if that's what they think, then they can just do what they want. I don't care. It's just how I like these. Okay, so I'm going to do another, I'm getting a bit cluttery on this side, so I'm going to move this over a bit, and I'm going to do another one of these flowers, flowers along the edge here. I'm going to just cover this in lots of flowers. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to just do lots of flowers on here, different ones, different colours. And you might go, oh, I don't want orange on my bouquet. Well, you don't have to have orange on your bouquet. You can have whatever. Just pick the materials of your choice and go with it. Okay, just go with it. You might decide that you want pastel colours, or that you just want white, or you just want blue, or, you know, it's up to you how you have it. It all depends on your theme and your colour scheme for your wedding day. But I'm just showing you what you can actually do with this. So I think that's a different template I've used, but that's okay. So I'm going to just put that one perhaps there like that. And then I'm going to actually, what would be nice is to have a bit of the yellow in the middle there for that one. So when I design, I like to design as I'm going along. Which is why I actually do record my videos as I'm going along as well. So that's what I do. There we go. So I record my videos as I'm designing things. So I might do some yellow or pink for those. So as I find, what I find is, as I'm actually creating as I go along, I can see what colours I want in where, and I just find it more fun to design like that. So we can do our little dots like that, and it just looks funky and different. I like stuff that's funky and different. I love it. So yeah, this video's changed slightly because I've decided that I'm just going to go with the flow for a little bit on this part of the video. So I hope you're okay with that. If you're not, I might I expect I'll lose some viewers on here, but there we are. What can you do? I just really wanted to go with how I feel at the moment, which is so I like to place them on first and see what they look like, and then I go along and I stick them on, and sometimes I change how I've put these on. Okay, sometimes I will change how well, that's a bit big, that, so we're gonna, sometimes I'll just go, oh, that's a bit big, and I'll change it, so we just cut that a little bit smaller, just cut that a bit smaller there we are, just going with the flow. Okay, just a little bit of video experiment. Could do with a bit more of this lovely bright pink, which probably you can't stand, but so let me just, where's that butterfly and template? There it is. So with this, I don't really draw around it. This is what I do. I just take my felt and I just cut around that like that. Okay, cut around it, and then just cut around the butterfly like this. You can draw around it if you have a dressmaking pencil or just a pencil even. You could probably draw around it, but I always find it's a little bit, I can never really see the pencil. I feel like I can see it better if I do it this way. And I could do with some smaller scissors for this really, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to cut around like, sorry about the noise if there's any noise in the background. It's just things outside, you know, bits and things outside. So that's my butterfly. So I thought it would be nice to have a pink one up there like that. Like that. Lovely, bright, colourful on this miserable day. On this terrible, miserable day. It really is in the UK. It's just miserable. I hope you all enjoyed this video. This is going to be the final. But if you would like to see the rest of the decorating on this bouquet, do let me know. But I'm just going to go off camera and decorate the rest. And I will show it to you in a photo if I don't hear anything in the comments below. Yeah, that's about it really. So if you like this video, just don't forget to click the like button, and you can subscribe to this channel to help it to grow. And you can also see more videos just like this one. Okay then, bye bye for now.